Now, the Gombe state government has been taking a lot of measures to curb the spread of the coronavirus. To tell us more about this, we're being joined by the chairman, Gombe State COVID-19 Task Force, Professor Idris Mohammed. A pleasure having you with us.
Thank you.
Gombe State has imposed a curfew with the hope of curbing the spread as the state reports 5 cases of the coronavirus. Our dusk till dawn checks nighttime movement. How would this stop the spread of the coronavirus?
I believe that the curfew imposed last night by the governor of Gombe State will prevent the spread of cases from the index 4 cases in Gombe State into the community, because the most dangerous thing for this virus is to find its way into the community, because community spread is the most fearful and dreaded spread of this virus. Once it finds its way into the community, you infect one person, and by the next week, you have infected 1,000 or 10,000 people. So the curfew is intended to ensure that this does not happen. But you know, Melinda, that Nigeria is a very difficult country. We are between the devil and the deep blue seas. On the one hand, we have this very dangerous pandemic of a new virus whose characteristics remain to be known. And on the other, we have people who, whenever measures are taken to protect them, such as lockdown against this virus, complain of all sorts of infractions on their liberty or on their human rights. And yet they are fully aware that these measures are taken in order to protect them from this dangerous infection. Yet they are not 100% in support of these measures. So it is that you find people going about their business as if it is business as usual. But let's make no mistake about this. This is not business as usual, because it's a very dangerous perception to think that this virus will respect any norms whatsoever. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, unless you comply with the restriction orders and stay at home, unless you avoid overcrowding, unless you implement strictly social distancing, then the virus will spread like wildfire, as it has done in many parts of the world, including the most developed ones. As you know, that the United States of America, perhaps, indisputably the richest country in the world, most advanced scientifically, has not managed to control this virus. It is now the epicenter of the disease. So when you come to places like Nigeria, our only hope is for people to respect these restrictions imposed by our government in order to protect us from the spread of this virus. Unfortunately, as I said, people are ambivalent. They are probably not too concerned about the effects of the virus, either out of ignorance or sheer disrespect for authority. But this is very dangerous.
If I may come in now, let's look at the other measures now. Apart from the closure of schools, ban on large gatherings, what else is Gombe State doing?
Well, the state is restricting, apart from restricting movements, apart from putting in place, measures that will stop people from abusing the social distancing measures. Apart from all these, which are very inconvenient, and apart from locking, we don't really lock people up, but we ask them to stay at home, which is very inconvenient. And as you know, some people live from day to day and from hand to mouth. Some make a living by daily means of working. Now, if you stop them from going out for one day, then they cannot feed for the next day, and so on and so forth. So what the government is doing in order to alleviate some of these sufferings is to put in place a mechanism where help can be rendered to the needy. And as you heard from the governor himself, he has set up a committee headed by His Royal Highness, the Emir of Gombe, to work out a means of distributing material to those in need while the partial lockdown continues.
Chairman of the Gombe State COVID-19 Task Force, Professor Idris Mohammed, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the program.